Hi, welcome to our Poetry Corner on We Play Along, and today we're going to do poems about May.
Play, play, play along. Come on and play along. Play, play, play along. Come on and play along.
So because this is the month of May, we decided to come outside because what is the month of May all about? It's all about flowers. This is a sign for flower. And so here we have the month of May. So you're going to make an M and come over your page like you're flipping your calendar, right, to Y, M-Y. And remember, this is not that May is not an ASL sign, that's signed English, but that's okay. We're just going to do that for our months, all right? And this first poem is out of the larger poem by Sara Coleridge, and this is the stanza all about May. So the words you need to know are May brings. Now flocks. A flock is a group of sheep. So we're going to do flock of pretty, this is, circle your face, and lamb. You're going to take like your shears and you're going to go up your arm. Pretty lambs. Skipping. So you're going to take your little fingers and you're going to go across your hands. Skipping by their fleecy, and this is fleece. And a dam would be a mother sheep. So we're going to do mother up here, mother and then sheep. So let's do this little poem by Sara Coleridge called, well, it's from the calendar, okay? So here we go. May brings flocks of pretty lambs skipping by their fleecy dams. This next poem is entitled May poem. Remember, poem is you make the letter P and swing it across your arm, like song would be here, but poem is here with the letter P. It's an initialized sign. So this poem is kind of what May is all about. All right, so March, if you remember from March, we go M to H, March, and then wind, whoo, gonna blow it. We have March winds, and then April would be from an A to an L, showers, because it rains a lot in April. Brings forth May. Remember the sign for flowers? Flowers, because you smell flowers, okay? So let's sign May poem. March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. Well, our first two poems are very short, but this next one, it's a little bit longer. But it's written by, it's called Maytime Magic, and it's written by Mabel Watts. Now this poem is all about growing a little seed, and it's been required or included in many schools' curriculums for the 2nd and 3rd grade, and they do it with gestures. But I think it would be really more beneficial, or maybe but an additional thing, if you were to teach your kids how to do this with ASL. So I'm going to be showing you the American Sign Language words that you can use in here instead of just doing random gestures. So it's Maytime Magic. So Maytime, let's tap our wrist like that's where our watch is, and magic is a cute sign. So you use poof, magic. Okay, and the words are a little. Now, unfortunately, there's no sign for the word seed, so let's fingerspell it, S-E-E-D. S-E-E-D, okay? So it'd be a little seed for me to sow. And to sow means to plant. So we're going to take our hands and we're just going to cut them down like that. To sow. A little earth. And that means dirt. So this is dirt, and then kind of like you've got it on your fingers. A little earth to make, like you're building something. Make it and then grow. It's going to come out of your hand like that to make it grow. A little hole, a little pat. Now there's no sign for pat. We're going to use like push. So a little pat, a little wish. So wish, you're going to make, this is a C hand, you're going to come down to your heart, because this is where we would really like this to happen. A little wish. And that is that. So we just make a Y hand and come out, and that is that. A little sun, circle around and flash your fingers out. A little shower, little rain, little shower. A little while, and then, so take your pointer finger and you're going to go like, then a flower. Okay, so now let's sign this poem called Maytime Magic by Mabel Watts. A little seed for me to sow, a little earth to make it grow, a little hole, a little pat, a little wish, and that is that. A little sun, a little shower, a little while, and then a flower. This next poem is called Weather. And so to do weather, you could do it two ways. This is a W hand. It would be an initialized sign. You could twist the W's like this, or you could take your W's and swirl them down like that. This is the one I'm going to do because it's fun, okay? So this is all about weather. And it's an anonymous poem. We don't know who wrote it, but it's really cute, all right? So the signs you need, now this is a sign for weather, like whether or not, okay? So you take your two thumbs and you kind of alternate them. So, and actually what makes this more fun to do in sign language is you can differentiate between which weather we're talking about, okay? So weather, the weather is fine. You can take your 5 hand and tap your chest right here. It's fine. Or whether the weather be not. Take your thumb to your chin, coming out like that. Whether the weather be cold, ooh, like you're cold, shake, ooh, like that. Or whether the weather be hot. Wheel, whether the weather, whatever, and you're just gonna flap your hands like this. It's like whatever, like who cares, it doesn't matter. Whatever the weather, whether, now for like, you're gonna take your thumb and your middle finger and come off your chest. Whether we like it, or we're gonna finger spell it, or not. It's a cute poem, right? Okay, so now let's sign this poem called Weather. Whether the weather be fine, or whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, or whether the weather be hot, we'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Such a cute poem. And remember, you don't have to sign every sign. And if you notice, I didn't sign the 2 ors that are in those other 2 stanzas up there, or that up at the beginning, because it didn't flow right for me. So whatever's going to work for you. I think the important signs would be the weather and the weather to get those right, okay? Because that just makes it really cute. And our last poem is one of my favorite days, and it's all about Mother's Day. So to do Mother, you're going to take a 5 hand, tap your chin twice, Mother's, and then for Day, you're going to take your hand, it's like the sun's going all the way across the sky. So Mother's Day. And this poem is by Aileen Fisher, and she's written so many children's poems and books. And I did a poem back in March about St. Patrick's Day, and she wrote that one, and we've got some more poems by her throughout the year. So if you haven't already heard those, you need to go check those out. Anyway, I digress. So let's do our words you need to know. So on Mother's Day, we got up. So you're going to take these are your feet, and whoo, you jumped up. We got up first. So take your pointer finger and tap your thumb. Got up first. So full, all the way up to your chin. So full of plans, like you're organizing your day. So full of plans, we almost burst. We started, think of like starting an engine. We started, now breakfast is a 2-part sign. You're going to go eat and then morning, like the sun's coming up. Breakfast right away, snap your fingers, as hour. Now for we, you're going to use your pointer finger from shoulder to shoulder, but hour is possessive it's a possessive. So you're going to take your flat hand and come around. Our surprise, woo, for Mother's Day. We picked some flowers, then take your pointer finger, go up your thumb and down your thing, then hurried back, 2H hands, tap them twice, to make, like you're building something, and then coffee. Coffee, you're going to take that top fist and swirl it around, so that's going to make it easy. To make coffee, because you have to grind coffee. And then we're going to go rather black. This is the color for our sign for black, right straight across your forehead. We wrapped, so take that top hand and go around the bottom one. Wrapped our gifts and wrote, just like you're writing something, wrote a card. So pointer and thumbs coming out and down. And boiled, so this would be like the water in the top of the water. Boiled eggs, a little, and then for hard, it's a cute poem. We're going to take our hand and hit our other hand. Not too hard because you'll hurt yourself, but rather hard, like you're hitting a rock. And then we sang, and a serenade is a song. We sang a serenade, which burned like flames, the toast, so take, it's like a fork. So you're going to stick it in the front of your hand and the back of your hand, like this is a piece of bread. Toast, I am afraid. But, so take your pointer fingers, but Mother said, amidst, like among, so you're going to swirl your thumb or pointer finger around your fingers, among our cheers. Oh, what a big surprise. My flat hand to your chest. For dears, you're going to take your pointer fingers and trace a heart. My dears, I've not had such a treat, and that would be like a delight, like a joy. So you're going to take your hands and swirl them around your chest here. In years. Now for year, you're going to take that top fist and come all the way around the bottom fist, because it takes a year. You have to go around the sun, right? Years. And and we're talking about your mom, I'm going to point to her, and she was smiling, be flat hands at your mouth, and when you sign smiling, you have to smile. Smiling to her ears. We're going to point to our ears. So now let's sign the poem on Mother's Day by Aileen Fisher. On Mother's Day, we got up first, so full of plans, we almost burst. We started breakfast right away as our surprise for Mother's Day. We picked some flowers, then hurried back to make the coffee rather black. We wrapped our gifts and wrote a card and boiled the eggs a little hard. And then we sang a serenade, which burned the toast, I am afraid. But Mother said, amidst our cheers, oh, what a big surprise, my dears. I've not had such a treat in years. And she was smiling to her ears. So these are just our little collection of our May poems. And if you're working with little children, have them start with those really short ones at the beginning. But if you're dealing with children that are a little bit older, these longer ones would be fun to do. And remember, you don't have to sign every sign. It doesn't matter, okay? It's whatever, okay? So you pick the ones that the signs that you think would be important for them to maybe learn or know, which maybe express the poem. So have fun, and we'll see you next time.
Play, play, play along. Come on and play along.